Welcome to the new Colossus sessions, everybody. I'm your host, Brad Wagner, and as always, I'm here at beautiful Subculture in Manhattan. And today we're celebrating the release of Luke De-Sciscio's third album of 2020. It's the conclusion of the Folkboy trilogy. This one is titled Sublime. And this is the first in the new Colossus series we're calling On the Record, where we'll focus in depth on a particular album. And so please, everybody, welcome to New Colossus On the Record, Luke De-Sciscio. Luke, thanks for being here.
How you doing, Brad?
I'm really well, man. It's always a total pleasure to see you. I've very much enjoyed the sound check process here. You sound great. You look great. This has been a total pleasure from start to finish. And congratulations, man. Sublime is out right now.
It is. It's the day that all these other days have been leading towards. I don't know when that hit home. Maybe this morning. It was... It's been good. We've been trying to celebrate. We've bought a magnum of champagne. We thought we'd save that till after the session. But,
yeah, the dandelion and burdock beforehand, and then the champagne afterwards.
It's good to keep it with the botanicals until you've played your music.
Yes, yeah. I've got a little bottle of Fernet Branca over there, so I can indulge in both the botanicals and the festivity at the same time. There
we go.
Yeah.
Perfect solution.
Yeah. So there's you're going to play a lot of what's on the album today. You're playing I don't know what's coming up first because we didn't talk about it, so as
Nobody
to keep
knows.
it as fresh as is possible. Do you know what's coming up first? What do you feel like playing?
I have a vague inkling which will potentially evolve into a song. Theoretically, on the topic of magnums of champagne, I should play, ironically, 40 Days, which is a song that I wrote when I was sober, at the tail end of being sober. Should we jump into that? Should we play that?
Yeah, please, man. I'd love to hear it.
Okay. So, it goes like this. This is the first time I've played live in a long time, so you'll excuse any blunders or kerfuffles. I couldn't have my happy place be wasted. I was chasing on so many doctrines, absolute devotion to such a silly king, and now I'm super dry. Man, I was the gas tank cackling hyena from my overdraft, released me from the burden of waiting on relief. Such a crazy thing to consider all those moments I've erased, to think how compartmentalized my sublime from my crave. Say asides if you have the key, swimming in a bottle, compartmentalize your heaven from your bliss, and such the death of me becomes a lucid thing. You may be walking through the desert, but in 40 days you wonder how you ever strayed, and how the ghost felt like a stream. Don't let the ghost feel like a stream. come on, I'm still a slave to oh, so many clever things, things that took millennia to devise, that I gulped down just now and regurgitated like a catchy song, such as the latest shade of time that took millennia to devise. Oh babe, it's a magazine. If it didn't shout out yesterday, it wouldn't sell. That's just how sugar works. It's a hill you can't climb down. Not if you want to feel the breeze, you have the key. Swimming in a bottle, compartmentalized. You're neutral from your throttle, such the depth of me becomes a lucid thing. You may be walking through the desert, but in 40 days you'll wonder how you ever stayed, and how the ghost felt like a stream. Oh, don't let the ghost feel like a stream. Don't let the ghost feel like a stream. No, don't let the ghost feel like a stream. I'm prepared to roll with the irony on that one. I think it works from both perspectives.
I think it sounds tremendous, man. How did that feel? Do you feel good about this first live performance in quite some time?
I do. You know, I've been literally champing at the bit, pacing around this apartment, desperate to play to people. And what we found out that these shows in Austria were cancelled 2 weeks ago, and that was kind of the light at the end of the tunnel keeping me.
Yeah, I saw those in the press release, man. That was that's a bummer to have had that thing to look forward to, and then have circumstances snatch it away.
But maybe they've been rearranged. Maybe it will be sometime next year. Maybe I found that out today. So maybe that would be pretty cool.
At those same venues in Austria that were
same venues, same lineup. But I don't know. But maybe.
Yeah. Well,
and
you can say it on the internet. Now it's on the internet, and so that maybe gives the idea a little bit more weight. And the more you put it out into the universe, the more it becomes more heft it has.
Yeah, I'm just trying to remain vague. I'm not sure what I'm allowed to or not allowed to say about what does or does not exist. But
yeah. Well, best of luck for whatever iteration your next properly live in-person show ends up being. I wish you nothing but the best. I can't wait for your sake until you can perform in front of people. But dude, let's see. Robin hand clapping sounds great. There's a ton of people on the other side of the cameras right now. Got a yee from the internet. James McGregor says yee with a bunch of e's. Brian
could very well be here. Jamie McGregor. The second half of there was a song on Eucharist that Jamie wrote with me, and there's Robin Hodgkiss quoting Buffy Sainte-Marie. Magic is afoot. Do you know Buffy Sainte-Marie, Brad?
As long as there are no follow-up questions to that question, yes, I do. I'm very familiar with. No, I do not. Can you tell me who that is and why this quote?
So Buffy Sainte-Marie is a singer-songwriter. Am I right in thinking she's from an indigenous Canadian tribe? That would be my That's what I'm going to commit to saying here. Just very talented. She's got a song called God is Alive, Magic is Afoot, and that was introduced to us by one of our long-term favourite friends, VV, who hopefully will show up. And
VV is right here and completely taken and stoked on Robin's clapping in the background. So VV's been here the whole time.
He's here for the little things. VV buys the records for Robin's yawns between tracks, and he's in that sense a voyeur, but who knows if that's just an acronym at the beginning of his name.
Man, can we talk a little bit about? So I want to talk about Eucharist. We're talking about Sublime here, and but when Eucharist had just come out and we did this first live stream, you talked about having written the majority of it, or if not the entire thing, in that garden right by the church. And I'm wondering, is there a similar story or location where the location that you wrote the songs on Sublime was extremely important to the process? Or did you write this one kind of everywhere, like in that room and everywhere else?
Well, this is the thing. This record was recorded all here, obviously, and probably that will be the state of like recording for the foreseeable future. But this was kind of the first time that I started writing songs out in, I'd started touring. And so, for example, Dream State, I wrote that in Helsinki, or it was at least inspired, and the crux, the nucleus of the song came from a specific day in Helsinki. And I think the Eucharist was kind of born from the space after Folkboy. So Folkboy, just whilst it was circulating around the internet and people were finding it, and this was like going up levels, Eucharist was kind of in that space. So I hadn't quite realized the potential of these ingredients yet. Whereas Sublime, I was very much like out there in it, doing it, experiencing that, okay, a dream is now becoming a reality. Given that information, what other dreams can I potentially bring to fruition? And basically, Sublime is an album that just says like, what would be my ideal vision for reality as a whole, which is a broad claim, but maybe it's a masterstroke, who knows? And we'll just, carry on living and broadening the horizons of my dreams and carry on diminishing the distance between reality and those dreams. And I think Sublime, so to answer your question, half this environment, half home here, and half just the world, a bit more of the world in this one.
Nice. Well, dude, thank you for sharing it with us today. And that was a very eloquent turn of phrase, continuing to diminish the distance between reality and your dreams. I like that a lot.
Life is an exercise in that.
I'm going to start saying that repeatedly. I will credit you for it every single time that I do say it. But I'm taking it. I'm going to say it in life. And there's a lot of music coming up today. We're going to play another one off of Sublime. What do you feel like playing second?
I feel like playing Luke, I Love You. How do I describe this song? This is a song that I wrote in... Well, I know for a fact that the events it was inspired by a day. So I was on tour. I only played 3 shows with Laura Gibson, but on one of those days, it was literally that. I was walking around. The show was coming up and I'd been sober and I was kind of stressing about like, I don't feel like I need a drink tonight, but I'd kind of just enjoy to like just experience having a... Long story short, I'm out there stressing, writing and eventually just kind of give myself this, all right, you just have one drink, play your set. About 15 minutes after I committed to that, I went to the toilet and just a routine pre-gig operation, and go to leave the cubicle and find myself locked in the cubicle, which is obviously not immediately stressful. The level of stress dawns on you in phases, like, oh, I actually can't get out. Oh, I am on stage in 45 minutes. oh, my phone does only have 1% of battery. Like, it escalates and escalates. And so I kind of took from that like, there is no wrong or right thing to do. Like, sometimes you're going to want to drink, sometimes you're going to not want to drink. But either way, life's going to have fun with you and just sort of mess you around if you ever start taking it too seriously.
Yep,
I did get out of the toilet. I'm here.
Either way, you're sometimes going to get stuck in the toilet.
This is true. It's like, there's poetry in there somewhere. So, well, this is a song that's just basically from life to me saying, forget about it, kid. Just chill. Stop stressing. And whilst it's called Luke, I Love You, I would kind of urge everybody to transpose their own name into the title. For example, Elkie, I love you. Yeah, how about that? I'm a shark in a tank, a heart transplant. I grow to the size of my cage. I never stop to think till I'm on the brink, never still till I'm on the stage. If I lose it, darling, it's 'cause I choose to throw it all away. I'm disciple walking on water, Messiah leading us to drink. Honey, when I'm suicidal, you're the first thing that I think to cut off. Love, if there's a devil, I think I served him well. It was easier. Love, if there's a God, could have sworn I saw him staring from everyone else. Love, if there's a devil, that would explain my hell. Love, if there's a God, it's not hard to imagine what he'd tell me. Luke, stop, I love you. I'm here, just listen, I have you, and I hold you. I never stop, just listen, I'm proud of you. I love you, thank you for singing my song. I love you when your thoughts are one, slower and precise. You're beautiful when you dream, but sometimes you can be crazy. Sometimes you make chaos happen, and whilst I always love you, I prefer you when you're with me. Devise, divine, decide, divine, deduce, divine, divine, divine. I was always in your reach, reaching from you. I was the pen you couldn't keep up with. Without fear you can't be brave. How many clues need I hide in plain sight? Without fear you can't be brave. I love you. Love, if there's a devil, I think I served him well. It was easier. Love, if there's a God, I could have sworn I saw him staring from everyone else. Love, if there's a devil, that would explain my hell. Love, if there's a God, It's not hard to imagine what he'd tell me.
Thank you, Luke.
Thank you, Brad.
Yeah, man. How did these songs originate for you as melodies in your brain? Do you have bits and snippets of lyrics in your brain, or or do they ever just sort of float across your cosmic radio fully intact, or is it always a word that or a phrase that inspires them first?
So that's a good question, and generally always verbatim. So unless it's sequential, as a rule, like, I just try and cut out as much decision making as possible. Microphone, guitar, voice. If I start like editing lyrics around, then I could be doing that forever. So I wait until I'm like struck by words that have just come down. And I don't mean like, oh, like struck by, but like, so I just realize, oh look, all those words in that order work. And that song's a perfect example. Like, that wasn't anything more than one part of my consciousness trying to reconcile with another part of my consciousness that I just didn't need to stress so much. Sorry.
No, I'm sorry. You please go ahead.
I've totally forgotten what I was saying.
Oh, dude, I fucked that. I'm sorry.
No, you didn't.
I've got a thing. Maybe I'll go first, and maybe that'll dislodge the thing. What I was wondering is, do you find that there's anything that you do in your life that more reliably dislodges those perfect phrases, and they come out of you, they sort of pour out of you more easily if you're walking on the beach, or if you're out hunting for mushrooms in the forest? Or is there some kind of thing that you do to take care of yourself to sort of occupy your mind in a different way that allows those lyrics to come out more readily?
I wouldn't say so. No, just showing up to the journal. And I go through phases with journaling, and I mean, I'm always writing things down. There's scraps of paper and like just paper. But like, into like structured journaling is, when I was on exploring, just out there doing it all by myself, walking around, there was a lot of learning. So there was a lot of, I think, sort of conscious digestion, if you almost want to see that, like, you're experiencing these things, and then the act of writing is articulating it for yourself, is digesting it. Then, in a slightly slower time, I think now is definitely like a lower wavelength where like songs are just appearing, and I'm, in a sense, like, moving forward, I'd really like to, because even in writing and then bringing something I've written to record, there's an element of distance from it. What I'm trying to do now is just only record first takes, even to like the words that I'm writing. If I catch like a wind in my sails, I just can spiel. Like, that's the human condition, right? When we're not questioning ourselves, we move out of our own way, and poetry comes out, or art comes out, or dance happens. And music, as all creative endeavors, is just a way of moving out of your own way and refining the art of letting whatever speak through you. And I would really like to just get to the point that I can, and am more or less at that point, and have a few songs that are just like, hit record, no expectation, see what happens. And I think that, like, an album of that would be the crux of my, like, that's what it's all kind of been building towards, like, just minimizing like anything that could be construed as an edit or a decision that I, with like a lowercase I, have made. That's my plan.
Well, then this is a particularly well-suited format to have you on. I mean, there's no option to, there's no such thing as an overdub. There's no punch-ins here. You just you play it and move on and play the next one, which is very, very, very well-suited to what you've done. I really enjoy that you're doing this here with us today for round 2, and happy release day again. And there's a lot more, man. What do you think's coming up next today?
Should we do Pull Beneath the Stars? Is it time for that? Or should we do... No, I think we got one more before. We're going to do Stillness Beneath All Things. So we're going to play this in the order of on the album. This is Stillness Beneath All Things. We'll see how it goes. When we all see clearly, how clearly will we see? The year is 2020, just looks like time to me. When you're moving in a dream, how does the love proceed? Jonah, wake up, it's a dream. Though your habits are everyone's. Do you ever speak to anyone? Once you realize you are dreaming, the pen that drives the world. It starts to look a lot like stillness beneath all things. And I feel it can't be great.
I fear you can't be brave. I fear you can't be brave. I have eyes that light, ears for sound, body to make the light move, and a mouth. If I'm dreaming, why do I hide my mind from a dream? We are all symptoms of the same damn thing. Now you know you are dreaming. The world spins from your pen. What will you make of my world but a kingdom of heaven? Thank you, Brad.
Man, this sounds great, dude. That inhale and exhale right in the middle of it. I want to talk more. I mean, yeah, you inhaling and exhaling sounds a lot different than me inhaling and exhaling. Yours is elegant and awesome and sounds wonderful with the effects on the microphone. The every choice you've made in order to transmit that sound is excellent. Can we talk about the importance of dynamics to your music? I mean, when you really get in there and belt out some of the high notes, it's very present and loud. And then when you do some of that, you've done like whisper vocals and breath stuff as well as anybody that I've ever heard. But it's still, I mean, it's not that quiet on the record. It's still a very present and in your ear kind of. It's there. Even though, despite the fact that you know that it was recorded quite quiet, but probably very close to the mic. Can you talk a little bit more about how important of a role those sort of dynamics play in your vocal performance?
That's again a really good question. Well, in terms of like microphone, I mean, this is the setup for when we record. So, and dynamics are just a facet of the flow, I guess. Like, it's an organic and like roaming thing. I don't think there's ever any kind of like, oh, that was loud, therefore what should follow that is like it's not like Pixies, like quiet, loud, like formulaic. It's just, I don't know, I think in this brain of mine there's a whole plethora of different human beings all vying for like the creative spotlight, and I think sometimes just riding that wave is like yeah, it's just the dichotomy of it, isn't it? You need the quiet so that the volume punches through. I don't really see it as I don't know, man, you kind of stumped me there.
Well, there's
Sometimes
one
it's quiet.
thing that I've noticed on the record, which is very, very pleasant, and I enjoy it a lot, is there is sometimes there's that noise floor that comes into it because it's,
Yeah.
I mean, probably from a technical perspective, it's because it's being recorded at a very high level because you're just whispering. But there's like a,
Oh yeah, it maxes
like
out.
that white noise that happens in it, which, I mean, clearly you've left it in there. That's a decision to leave it in there, and it's, I mean, it gives like an ocean kind of a vibe to the whole thing, where there's like an atmospheric feel to it that is, I mean, I'm not sure why it's there,
That's
but your
very cool.
decision to leave it there is interesting to me. I really, really enjoy it.
I appreciate that, and it's interesting to see how, like, when people offer me like a very cinematic perspective on my music, that's really interesting to me. Like, in terms of the decision to leave it in, like, once I've recorded something, I don't have the decision to take it out. It's a committal process. I've got my, like, although I'm recording to a digital interface, it's going through analog valves. So and that's where I set my gain. So if it's, I mean, the technical folk amongst us would call it peaking, I'm going to call it, I don't know, something more nuanced maybe, but it's just
Saturated.
Intentional saturation. I don't like taking too much responsibility for the engineering side, and I kind of do just, if there's like a number involved, I'll go off of some numerology thing, like, oh, let's set the dials to 7 and 7 because that seems like logic as good as any other logic. And I think it isn't. Say if the setting was at 8 instead of 7, that's not the difference between a good take and a bad take. And if the reverb's at 10.1% as opposed to 10%, it's not. I think I used to get hung up on stuff like that, and I went through this sort of exorcism of just peeling off all these ideas, and just the folk boy thing happened, and it was just, I didn't even have a say in the matter. It just, like, the mic, hit record, go, whatever the last setting was. I've been using that since tail end of 2018, and it sounds different on different songs, but I think that is just environment, like the temperature in the air, maybe humidity, maybe how I'm feeling, maybe the window's open, but it's just, I've got my setting, and I'm not going to change it.
Yeah, no, nor should you, man. It sounds beautiful on the record. It sounds beautiful here on this live stream right now. So thanks again for sharing it. And in case if anybody's just joining us right now, this is we're celebrating Sublime, which is the third in the Folk Boy trilogy. That's the third and final album, and it's out today right now. So check it out. And it's also, Steve was showing me, it's out on, I'm not sure if these are still available or not, but that Clear Heaven vinyl is beautiful. I would love to own a copy of that. I've just found out that it exists, and I think I'm going to figure out a way to make it mine. And there's also a white vinyl as well. They both look gorgeous.
White will come out soon, but for now it's just the heaven ones that look like an old CD. Like CDs. They're not that old. CDs and the underside of a CD, kind of like that, but also translucent. They're pretty special.
Yeah.
But I haven't yet received them. They'll be with me in like 6 days. So maybe this is a good time to tell people that, sorry, your vinyl will be a week late. But it was Corona year, so you can't blame me. I love you, and thank you for buying one.
Nice. Yep, I'm putting in my order as soon as we wrap here. I'm getting one. So
thank you, Brad. That's an honor.
There is more. What do you want to do next? This is you're running the train here. What do we do?
Wow. We'll do Pool Beneath the Stars. This is a song. This is a song about, like, recognizing that what lays dormant in you at some point will probably find its way to the surface, and what you're experiencing on the surface is probably just an echo of an internal dimension, which is to say that as a pool beneath the stars reflects the heavens, in your mind is a pool beneath the stars, and it goes like this, and this is Robin's favourite, isn't it? Okay. she reckons this will be the first one to hit 1 million plays, but that's a bold claim. Given that ROBYN is nearly there. We just ate, so... Love is not a distance, a forgiven, nor a bride. It's a dress you slip inside, and flaunt amongst the angels, and fall for like a fool when you catch a glimpse of your reflection in their eyes. As a pool beneath the stars reflects the heaven, in your mind as a pool beneath the stars, and as a pool beneath the stars reflects the heaven, so in your mind you know how eyes creep up and find one another like two coins in a bowl. You know how love divides without half fingers between two souls. You know the distance is the asking, as a flock that from slaughter grows, as well that deepens as it drains, taking the empty hand, as a pool beneath the stars reflects the heaven, all in your mind. Thank you,
Luke.
Brad. Thank you, brother.
Yeah. Man, that guitar, dude, so we've talked about vocals and dynamics. We talked a little bit about mics and tubes and stuff, but that guitar is very clear that you have absolutely mastered that particular instrument. Can we talk about what it is?
Brother,
Is that your always and forever guitar? Do you play anything else on recordings ever, or is it always this this beautiful girl that we're seeing right now?
So this is not my always and forever guitar. This one I got maybe a year ago. This looks like I practice a hell of a lot. I'm pretty sure I don't. I honestly pretty sure I don't. But the guitar that was on Folk Boy and Eucharist was a guitar I got when I was 10. That was really just like, you know, like everybody's beginner guitar, classical guitar. And then I got this when I needed to start playing shows with like speakers. So yeah, this one has a pickup in it. So this is the advantage over that one in terms of, you know, being a professional musician type human being. But really, I have an affinity for both of them. And sometimes if this one's not doing it for me, I'll just swap over to the other one. But that doesn't mean I love that one any less.
What is that guitar? What kind of guitar is it that you're holding right now?
That's a good question. This is an Art and Luthery Bourbon something. What is it? Roundhouse. It's a Canadian make, and it's 100% sustainable. They didn't lacquer it. I don't know if that's part of their process or a fault, but it makes it look like I've practiced a lot because it's just not got any form of defense against me.
Wait, so was that where you wore that down? You wore that down, right? You didn't purchase it like that with that discoloration underneath your fingers,
No, that's worn down. But
yeah, dude,
I do think it's made of balsa wood.
I think that you do practice, certainly more practice than I practice the guitar, man. If you're gonna wear holes through wood, regardless of what type of wood it's made out of, you're playing enough.
Maybe. I play a bit.
Yeah, it shows, man. I enjoy listening to you play.
I appreciate that, brother. I like it when people like the guitar playing.
Yeah, let's see. This one is SMOL.
Small.
I'm sure that's good. That's a good. And I don't know exactly what that means, but I'm positive that it's good.
It means small.
Says, wonderful.
That's how Vivi's.
Clap,
Yeah, thank you.
clap, everybody. It's a beauty,
Appreciate
dude.
it.
Yeah. The internet. Everybody is enjoying listening to this very much.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, and we. I think we've got more. I don't know, man. I don't know what's happening next. We intentionally left it loose. What do you want to do, man? Do you want to do video time? Do you want to do more performance? There was actually, not to put you on the spot, but this is what the internet's saying. There has been a request, so take that information for whatever it's worth.
Okay. What the request was for casuals.
Yeah, and actually, just as I put that up, Tony just concurred.
That's my father.
Hey, Dad.
What's he doing there? Ciao. I think if we're gonna play another song, I'd rather do that now, and then we can have like a video portion at the end, you know?
Yeah, sure.
Like, and Casuals was one of the videos we wanted to play. Are you satisfied with just the video, or would you rather hear the song? Because we'll be playing it twice.
Don't play it twice.
Don't play it twice. I'm going to play a song called Meager Moments, which I appreciate can sound a little cynical as a title of a song. And I've kind of toiled with whether it is or isn't a cynical song, but I think sometimes it's like our fear that things are more significant than they are traps us in the illusion that we can't escape them. So this kind of idea of meager moments is that, in a sense, it's all futile anyway. So just embrace the dance and, be a ridiculous but loving version of yourself. Also, the last line of this song came to me whilst I was in an airport on the way back from New York on the last flight out of New York back to the UK because of the situation.
Yeah.
And I had just played a show, so I was literally skipping like a dandy through the airport. Everyone else was very scared, and I don't know, I just felt at total peace on account of probably the endorphins or just the feeling of freedom that comes with playing in a foreign country. And I kind of just swimming amongst those people who were all kind of, it looked like feeling the opposite to what I was feeling. I don't know. I felt peace. And this last line of the song just kind of came to me. And this is Meager Moments. And this one's for Sabrina and Christian, who have supported me for a very long time. And I love them both. And by that token, I have to thank Robin and my parents as well, but this one's for Sabrina. Forget that. This is just for Sabrina. All right. And I lifted look from a page, bailing on the stream, and the penny broke such course as I devoted most to dreams, but my soul's in flux. The crux, my queen, caught himself in the molten. Look, your mortar shifts a little more each year. Would you build yourself back up? Would you build yourself back up? It's unclear and inhuman, not attend to the lie. No matter, my brother, we're all here till you die. We can't all be martyrs, but I'm looking for to stuff a red rose in the barrel of a gun. It all comes together at once. I've so many sons that I can't love. I just want what's best for everyone. Imbue their flesh with tenderness, and if you'd bless them first with expectationlessness. Meager moments.
tragic, the flip side to your laughter. How you condemn the space and celebrate the shape it takes. Meager moments are meager moments We do not demand peace. We are peace. 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 We are peace. We are peace. We are peace.
The capo should have gone there, but that's fine. That's fine.
I think it sounds great in that key. It sounds great in any key.
Well, I'm sure we can definitely break that hypothesis pretty quickly.
Yeah, you've run out of frets, man. Maybe not, but I think even then you'd figure out a way to come through it, looking sounding good.
Thank you, Brad. You're
Yeah.
doing wonders for my self-esteem.
Good, dude.
Thank
I'll be
you.
your hype man anytime, man. If you just want me to dial me in, we'll have a little StreamYard call. I can always be in your pocket. Just like you're doing great in the line at the bank. You're doing great getting groceries.
In the line at the
etc.
bank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just cheer
That's
you
when I
on.
need a hype man most.
Um,
You don't just have £7. That's a
We,
lying man.
man, so that I think maybe that is the live segment of this session has
We've done it.
concluded, and there are many songs on the album Sublime. Everybody, please do check it out. It's available
Yeah.
right now
And
everywhere you listen
thank
to
you.
music. And
If you do.
and listen for I've listened to the album a lot, but just on this listening caught that like that outtake or that Easter egg at the end of My Love Abounds, which is I don't think I mean I'm not going to ruin it. If you want it to be a surprise for people, I won't ruin it for people. If you want to talk about it, it's absolutely hilarious. But it's
Is it? Yeah.
yeah, it's perfect, dude. I love it. I love that it's there.
Well, that's just a small snippet of the hilarious banter that goes on in this bedroom. I forgot to put explicit on the track, so don't tell Spotify. But yeah.
Yeah, it seemed. I mean, it was the F word in passing off a mic, so potentially that's.
It's not strictly in the song.
Profanity is that you can get away without labeling that as such.
Do it off mic.
We well, so what do you want to do right now? There are videos. We've got options to choose from. None of them are queued up right now. As soon as you tell me a thing, I will cue that thing up, and then maybe while you're telling people what it is, I'll press all the buttons to make that happen. What do you feel like doing next and showing people?
I would like to. We should show off a video. So let's do the. It feels weird. Who wants to watch a video of me swimming? Apparently, I think everybody. So we'll go with the casuals video, and then we can fulfill Robin's dream of playing casuals on this stream. Apart from, I don't have to worry about ruining it.
Nice. All right. So this is going to be, let me see. Let me press all these buttons as quickly as I can. And we'll bring up.
Will my mic still be live? Do I have to worry about refraining from providing a commentary?
I can mute your mic if you like.
Oh, look. We can literally just do like a
Yeah,
A
it'll just
a
it'll go from there.
reactionary
So
video.
I'm gonna put it like this so that people can actually see the thing as opposed to seeing us at the same time. So would you like to say anything before we start casuals?
Just thank you to everybody who's watching. And if you've already seen this, then maybe so what's that, sorry? Oh, Robin's subliminally suggesting that you pre-order the album or buy the album now.
Yeah, it's a good suggestion. I'm going to.
Well, thank you, Brad. No, for this specific video, we really have nothing to offer right now. Just this.
Gotcha. Here we go.
Casuals. Nice berries. Alright, I'll shut up. Nothing remains casual. Your soul pours from. Sooner or later, its claws sink into everyone. A clay of dust and blood, molten as lightning, spun from the most ancient force a mind can devise. Reeling myself back in, I spun away there for a minute. For you it is fine, just a splinter of time, but the whole weighs as much as one. We're only what we have done. The light that time travels at the speed of pushing into nothing in the shape of you, molten as your body. The universe's dream, persistently present, but eternally straddling the moment it presently is in. Reeling myself back in, I spun away there for a minute. For you it is fine, just a ripple in time, but the whole weighs as much as one. We're only what we have done. We're only what we have done. The whole weighs as much as one.
All right. Thank you.
There we go.
That is excellent, man. Thanks for sharing with us.
Well, that was Robin is responsible for that video entirely. So that was 2 days before it was supposed to come out. we got the edit from my friend and cinematographer, who it just wasn't quite right. That's all we'll say on that matter. So all that basically did was throw down a gauntlet for Robin, who basically said, you know, I will do you a video, but you don't have any experience with a camera. You don't have a camera. You've never edited before. She's a special lady. She just figured it all out. It was pretty magical, to be honest with you. And 2 days later we had that. And the same goes for following the success of Robin's first video. We thought, well, maybe Robin can do the next video, which is this for I Gave You All My Love. And the first one, she only did the edit. She managed to find a guy who just filmed the whole thing for 20 quid, so that video cost us 20 quid. This second video cost us £0. This is just my little foray into the shallows and rock pools of my dear friend Kerry's Cornish coast, which is to say that we visited my friend Kerry in Cornwall and we utilised the apparatus we had at hand.
Nice. Sorry, I am very much paying attention to everything that you're saying. I was
No,
just trying to furiously push buttons at the same time. I'm ultimately impressed by everything that you and Robin have been able to pull off, man. This is cool.
Thank you, brother. It was this was a hard 15 minutes work right here, for me at least. Robin, it took a couple of days, didn't it? But no, I like this video very much, so thank you.
All right, here we go.
Now it's out. You better mute me. You know. I've been spinning the world beneath my feet, peace and porcelain that I brush off the street, putting needles in a tree, finding rhythm in a string band. I've been moving through a dream. Never felt so much like a thief with my in your heart. Didn't work to the means when I walked in at the start. When I'm with you, I will love you, but I've seen how words don't hold a heart. Gave you all my love, I gave you all the love I had to give. Gave you all my love, I gave you all the love I had to give. When I gave you all my love, gave you all my love. When I gave you all my love, I gave you all my love. In conclusion, love is time. Love is wild. Love is where it won't die. In conclusion, love is time. Love is wild. Love is where it won't die. Gave you all my love, I gave you all the love I had to give. Gave you all my love, I gave you all the love I had to give. I gave you all
time. Love is wild. Love is where a woman dies. Oh yeah. Just let me get this shit off. There we are, much better. Salty. Quite salty.
Nice.
Mm.
Thank you for sharing,
Yeah.
Luke. This is great. And I did just unmute you right there at the,
I know.
at the very end.
I saw.
Yeah, I thought it was the end, and then that little added bit of commentary just was delightful.
Worked. It was
Yeah.
special.
Yeah, man. Well, dude, congratulations again. This is release day, Sublime, out in the world. It is
I know.
absolutely delightful. I've listened to it cover to cover many times. Cover to cover is not the
Appreciate
right
that, Brad.
way to say it. I've heard it digitally all the way through.
Mm.
I'm about to listen to it cover to cover, side to side. So I'm about to own that. What do you call it? Is it Heaven? Clear Heaven. The Clear Heaven.
Yeah.
12-inch vinyl. It exists pre-order. Tell me if I'm wrong. I think Clear Heaven exists if you pre-order or order now,
Yes.
and then soon in the future there's going to be white 12-inch as well.
This is true. So the plan had been, if you pre-ordered it, Clear Heaven. So the idea was going to be that we had a few shows leading up to the release, and then people would get the pre-orders. So as it stands, there's going to be pre-order and live shows. So Clear Heaven is only going to be available if you order prior to the album. I'm making this up as I go along. Basically, if you want a Clear Heaven vinyl, just buy one and
Order it
you'll
now.
get it. There you are.
Good,
Whatever.
Cool, man. Well, this is always just a total pleasure to do this. Thank you for spending your Friday evening with us.
No,
And,
pleasure to
and happy
speak with
release
you.
day. And yeah, dude, I mean, I feel like I know you now. We've done this enough. It's like, I just can't wait to meet you in real life and hang out and, have a dandelion and burdock together.
I wouldn't touch that stuff, but you're welcome to follow Robin's lead on that. And yeah, likewise, man, I can't wait to actually share a drink with you, meet you in real life, and I appreciate everything you do for music, and I appreciate you taking the time out of your Friday evening to spend it with me. And yeah.
Good. Well,
Right
yeah, I
back
didn't
at you.
take the
Thank you so
time.
much.
Didn't take the time out of my Friday. This made my Friday. This is
Well,
exactly
likewise.
what I want to be doing. So, man, thank you very much. And until we see each other next time, congratulations, man.
Thank you so much, brother. You have a sweet time.